Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy weekend. Happy, I don't know. I don't know. Happy something, right? What, like what? I don't know, people. But what I do know is that I don't even know. I actually don't know. I can't even say. So, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Hi, Joanna. Hi, Betsy. Hey, Linda. Awesome ladies. I'm actually just sitting here right now, just checking in. I'm checking in. Hey, Serena, holding space. This time, this is not like really, this isn't a reading or anything. I'm just coming on here real quick and checking in with you and holding space because, hey, Erin, I am just wondering who's out there. Hey, Raluca, who is out there having meltdowns or having freakouts or feel like your anxiety is through the friggin' roof, right? Are any of you? Hi, Betsy says, what's the meltdown for? I will tell you in a minute, but I'm wondering if there are any of you out there with me. Like, are you having meltdowns? Happy 22nd to your son, Brandon. Hey, Brandon, that's awesome. 22 was so much fun. Enjoy that. Like, enjoy the heck out of this year. So fun. 22. So I'm coming on here just to kind of hang out and say hi and kind of talk to everybody about, you know what? Joanna says, I feel like I've been perpetually on the edge of a meltdown. Perpetually is a long time. So, sister, I am holding space for you right now because that's hard. So I am sorry you are perpetually on the edge because that sucks. And I hope that, I hope that we can figure out for you what to do to not have you in that space anymore, But here's what I want to say about meltdown. But I'm not in a safe space, so to be able to have a meltdown, I'm not in a safe space to have a meltdown, so I'm just constantly on the brink. Okay, what would be a safe space for you to have a meltdown? Because if you feel like having one, you have to have one. What would that mean for you? What would that look like to have a safe space? Because guess what? If you feel like you have to have a meltdown, do it. And I'm not advocating for like harming yourself or harming others. And if you feel like that, then yes, please call whatever resources you need and a medical team, like your, healthcare team, whatever you need. Like, right? This is not saying that. Serena says, I've never been as calm and at peace, laughing. Right, because right now everything's absolutely safe and secure. Betsy says, not happy about lockdowns being lifted May 1st. Feels like too early. Yeah, I you know what? Just trying to take one day at a time. Yeah, I'm with you, Linda, on that because, yeah, we don't know. Like, there's too much unknown when it comes to the lockdowns and when is it time to release? When is it time to do this? We don't even know. So, try to do with what feels real and true for you is my, what we plan on doing here. Like, I don't feel like it's the right time yet either. I have to be super cautious. And I have kids that I'd like to be here for, so I have to really be super careful. I don't know, like it's just too many unknowns. But the reason why I really wanted to come on today is just kind of connect with people who feel like they're in the middle of a shit storm, shit sandwich, or if you feel like you're going to melt down, if you have major anxiety and all the things, and just let you know that we're all going through this. Like I love, my heart and my cup get full at the beautiful messages that I receive saying, talking about my videos or talking about things in my group or my readings and saying, I'm calm, like, oh, you're so calming, or, oh, it's, you're positive energy and you're happy and like you're upbeat and you're uplifting and all of that. And I am so glad that I'm able to help people in that way. Like that makes my day, that makes my year, makes my millennium, whatever, right? I love that. But I want people to know too that sometimes I am not okay either. Like diving into your own spiritual journey, diving into your own personal development, diving into your own healing journey and doing all the things means that a meltdown's part of the package. Like it doesn't mean you're happy all the time. It doesn't mean you're on it and you're upbeat and you're always looking at the positive and you are like too blessed to be stressed. I mean, okay, so underneath all of that, are we very blessed? Of course we are. Like, we can always look at the blessings and be grateful. Like, but sometimes we're human and we don't. Like, we forget for a moment and we look, we get caught up in our stresses, our fears, our anxieties, and that's okay. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. So if Joanna, if you can find a place where you are safe to have a meltdown, if that means you got to go on the floor, like when my kids were like 2 or whatever, like kicking, screaming, like punching pillows, like like just yelling, screaming, whatever you have to do, or just crying in a ball, like whatever you have to do, please release whatever it is in a safe way that keeps you safe and other people safe. And I know that you would, like, right? That's, because it's okay. Like, I want to just share this. See, I share all the good things. Like, I'm going to share when I have one of my bootcamp babes gets her first paying client. Yes, I'm going to celebrate. When I have people enrolling in my Reclaim 2020 bootcamp, I'm going to celebrate that. But it's not always like celebrating and popping corks over here all the time. And it's not always like me dancing it up on TikTok and I look like I'm having the time of my life, right? That's great. And it's fun, and I'm so glad it's inspiring people. And it's like the women who have joined me on TikTok and who are doing their first ones and duetting with me, I love that. It's like keeping my sanity. So thank you. I love all that. But know that it's not always like that for me either. So give yourself permission. You don't have to be like, if it doesn't mean wherever you are on your spiritual journey, right? Whether you're doing readings or you're, just going through life, like, or you're a teacher or a mentor or a coach or whatever you do, it doesn't mean that you're always like skipping down the path with your lollipops and your rainbows and your unicorns and nothing ever affects you. And you never get scared, you never get sad, you never get pissed. I mean, let's just talk about this. I melted down yesterday from 8 o'clock in the morning until noon. I sat in bed and I cried. Okay, so you saw me yesterday doing readings. You saw me yesterday high vibe and groove and doing readings, but you didn't see me that morning. See, I came on late yesterday. Why? Because I spent half the day in bed crying. My husband was like, whoosh. So, I mean, but I had to go through it. I had to process it. I realized I'd been holding in some of the stuff that I had been feeling. And I also realized I have to be even more careful about what I consume. I say this to my empaths all day long. Watch what you consume. Read, hear, watch everything, right? Because what you feel, like, pay attention to how you feel. And of course, I would get caught up in the scrolling of the Facebook. I have been getting involved in arguing with people about politics. I have been involved with arguing about people about the protesting. I've done all the things that I say I don't want to do. And I was like, oh shit, like, no wonder why I'm getting caught up in this. I stand by my post, though, that I made about the vaccines and stuff. I stand by that 1,000%. That was me getting shit off my chest. Yes, but what we can speak our truth. But getting into these little arguments and like everybody's trying to convince them that the other person's right. And like it's a distraction. It keeps me watching something else. Like, okay, so talk about, you see all over the place, the great awakening, the spiritual awakening. Do you know what an awakening really is? An awakening, a spiritual awakening means that you see things differently. That's all it means. It means you, individually, you see something different than you did before. It does not mean that you see something the way somebody else does because they say so. No matter what side you're on, it doesn't mean that. Because it means that you see something differently about yourself and your life and maybe even the world, right? But it can be a little teeny shift, or it can be a complete 180. Don't know what it is. That's still an awakening. And even if you feel like you're more conscious and you're more conscious, I'm working on my consciousness all of the time, okay? Like I've done this for a while now and I'm not perfect at it. I have a long way to go, but I've come far. I will celebrate how far I've come, but I still got ways to go. Still doesn't mean that I'm always fucking happy, or it doesn't mean that nothing gets to me, or it doesn't mean that I don't feel the collective pain. I don't feel the collective fear. I don't have my own fears, or I don't get caught up in my old stories and shit that I work so hard to heal. Oh yeah, all the thing. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so I melted down yesterday morning and I had a pretty good day. You saw me doing readings. Okay, I was fine then. I was fine. And then when I was getting ready to go to bed, again, I melted down. Like the fear of the virus all of a sudden went whap, like, and I was like, like I have kids, I need to be here for them, what's gonna happen, like I'm autoimmune and immune compromised, like I'm probably one of the ones at the greatest risk, and like it just all hit me. I mean, and I cried for like another hour. My husband's like, wow, dude, like it was twice in one day, but I had to do it. And today I felt a lot better. Still doesn't mean like I don't have random thoughts, but I'm doing a lot better. And it helps. It helps. And you know what? There's no way you're going to have any kind of awakening if you hold your feelings in. You will never, because your mind will be so caught up in your stress, in your anxiety, in your pain, in your stories, in your victimhood, that you will never have an awakening. And I'm not talking about you won't see the evil in the world. I'm talking just about seeing your own life differently. That might mean you see your parents differently. That might mean you see your job differently. That might mean you see your body differently. That might mean you see your past differently. There's all kinds of awakenings, all kinds. And all of them are good, and all of them are true, and all of them are valid. And it doesn't mean you see things the way someone else feels. If you do a shift and your best friend says, oh no, that's not how I see it, or your mom says that's not how I see it, or people on Facebook say that's not how I see it, or Jen says that's not how I see it, who the hell cares? Like, it is your awakening and your consciousness has raised up. Don't let any damn spiritual teacher tell you different. Don't let any squawkers on Facebook, keyboard warriors tell you different. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're awakening. You're good. Right? So whatever you are awakening to, that's perfect. And it's fine. And it still means you're going to like lose your shit. Still means that. Still means you're going to lose it. So I'm just here to sit with you today and hold space and say, I melted down twice yesterday, and it's okay. And it's okay. And I'm freely going to admit this. I'm going to come on here as a spiritual coach and mentor, right? And a reader and a Reiki master and say, I lost my shit, people. That's what I'm declaring it to you, because I hope that someone else, if you've been bottling it in, that maybe I might inspire even one person to just let it go and give themselves permission to release and know that they're still okay. You're not bipolar. You're not going to go down this spiral into deep depression. If you feel that way, call someone, call a healthcare professional, call who you need to call. But sometimes I think we over dramatize just feeling. Like, feeling is normal if we're supposed to. If we weren't meant to feel stress, our bodies wouldn't know what to do. It wouldn't exist. So we were given this for a reason. We were given these signals to say, I'm feeling this. My body's in overload. I need some of this out. So that's why we cry. I need this out, right? It's like the cats, when cats have fur balls. Right? That if they swallowed that hairball every time it felt shitty, what would happen? This big fur ball would like blow them up in their stomach. They'd get chronic illness. I mean, hello. So that's what we need to do, is cough up your collective spiritual fur ball right now. Cough it up, whatever's going on, whether it's from childhood, from yesterday, from 5 minutes ago. All right. So I'm holding space and I'm just saying today, do you need to have a meltdown? let's do this. Instead of saying, I'm going to do the opposite. Instead of my, people that I might learn from, like Gabby Bernstein or, whether it's Deepak Chopra or whoever might say, let us get together now and meditate. I'm like, no, let us get together and melt down. How's that? Let us get together and let's just melt down together. Let's just cry. Let's just be raw and honest. Shall we? I think we shall. And let's detox let's just have a detox and a cleanse of our own soul right now. Woo! Wouldn't that feel good? Wouldn't that feel good? So that's all. That was kind of on my mind today because I just wanted to share that with you, just to be really raw and vulnerable with you. And because I have a 1,000,000,000% commitment to the truth. And I can only speak the truth from my own life. I don't speak your truth. I only speak mine. And if mine resonates with you and you're like, oh, maybe, and that somehow works into your own soul's journey, awesome. Like, that's great. If it doesn't, cool, awesome. Like, either way, that's what I'm here to do, is just be committed to the truth that you're awakening. You're fine. You're on your journey. Whatever it is for you, it's true and real, and melting down is part of that process. So don't think you're crazy. You're just going through a normal thing, and it's okay. Don't let anybody else tell you how to do your awakening. So shit. Like, no one's telling me that. Go melt down. That's right. That's right. We're all gonna have I should have a big Zoom call. We all come on. We just like cry. I'm just gonna melt down. All right, so that's it. And for those of you, like I said, I have still plenty of openings this week for my Soul Connection $11 reading special. So you want a 6-card reading for $11? I mean, pretty awesome. Let me know, or go to the link in the comments. It's there, soulalignedreadings.com. You want to really purge your fur ball? You got the fur ball, you're choking on it, and you're like, I need to get this out. Then talk to me about Reclaim 2020 Bootcamp. That's what we're doing. We're doing the shadow work. We're coughing it up. We're getting up the fur ball. All right, so it's a 4-week intensive with me, and I'm offering it for like 90% off at $100, $99. I mean, come on. And you can split that up into 3 months payments for $33 each. Because I know right now, everybody's like, like gotta watch the cash, you know what I'm saying? So just here to help, here to serve, here to be as truthful as I can with you and transparent and as raw as I can, because your journey matters to me, not my way, your way. Building your journey your way matters to me, because if anything we get out of this whole situation that we're in is that we have to be of our own sovereign minds. We have to be so clear about our own intuition and our own higher self that we don't let any other influences in, and we can make decisions and choices based from that. But you know what? This higher self also makes choices based on the best for humanity too, not just me, everyone. So because I love people, okay? And so that's where I'm trying to really like guide and inspire people to go to that place, and that you're prepared. Next time, you're prepared in your body, you're healthy, you're prepared in your bank account, it's healthy, you're prepared in your soul and your intuition, it's healthy, your connection is healthy. So let's cough up the fur balls, all right? All right, now I love you guys. You're awesome. Have an amazing day. My husband's cooking freaking chicken cutlets, so my quarantine 15 is now turning into the quarantine 20. All right, so I'm gonna go eat now, but any questions, drop me a comment, message me. I'm here for you, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day.